Oh man. Ah, going live, going live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Kaz Robinson. Kaz, thank you for being the first one in this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to the law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel. Shout out to whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others. As much as you want good for yourself, you're a good person. Shout out to you. We don't have no time to linger. I was just watching something this morning on so before somebody said a SouFLo marriage in a trouble again, him and Shakira go through things. I was watching the Shay Club, Shay Show with Shannon, whatever that is. Cat Williams was on there recently and did like 64 million and broke the internet in how many days or whatever. But anyways, I was watching that with Gary Owens just now. Seeing, I tell you the source of where it's coming from. And I thought to myself, and I left a comment. Oh, my elbow looks so Jesus Christ. My elbow looked like him. Oh, it was the angle. It was the light shining. I was about to say, I don't know if you get older and your elbows get white too. But anyhow, if y'all watch it, y'all know where I'm going with this. I got a message for the men, right? None of this has nothing to do with what I want to talk about this morning. Here we go again. Here goes SouFLo again. I talk about the woman them. Yes, me I gonna talk about it because somehow no wicked no rotted. Men, please do not do anything to contribute to a bad outcome when it comes to your children, because some women are very vindictive and you cannot tell a person how to process hurt once you have hurt them. Please make that sink in. Cause the man say, yes, I was bad. I did it. I did it. I'll admit it. I did it. I cheated. All right. Well, your wife who was committed to you, sir, she was vexed that you cheated. But the outcome is sad. Man hasn't seen his kids in how many years? And some of them turn adults now. And then she is so vindictive that she's poisoned the minds of the children against the father and all this stuff. And I'm have to go fight now for position in them life. I'm gonna tell you something, right? When a woman realizes that you no longer are attached to her in any kind of way, because you did in love with her, to a point where you married her and stuff. But when she realizes you are no longer attached in any kind of way, she'll try to find some other way to gain some level of control. And the other way is usually your children, right? I don't give a damn if you walk down Figueroa in California. That's a famous strip where they sell booty. If you walk down Figueroa in California butt naked or in a thong in midday, broad daylight, yelling coochie for sale, I wouldn't give a damn about you anymore if we're completely done, separated, and I've moved on. All I want to know is I have access to my children. Yeah, I'd be concerned if that's what you're doing and how that would affect my children once they found out that's what mommy is doing. But I have no input in what you do with yourself anymore, right? So when women realize that, a lot of women realize that, damn, he don't even care. He don't even care if I jump off the tallest bit. He gives no damn about me anymore, just the kids. They'll get very vindictive and they'll start engineering your kid's mind against you, right? It's a lot. And so I'm watching Gary talk, and he was like, I don't understand how I was the perfect dad all along, the best person ever, and then we divorced, and now I'm like the worst person ever. How did it go from that to that? And he's trying to figure it out. Well, you hurt the mama. You hurt the mama. And the mama tried to figure out the best way to hurt you back. Some of the ways they'll hurt you back, they'll make sure your child get a stepdaddy real quick. They'll make sure your child get a stepdaddy real quick. And it's not that she really wanted to be with that man. It's just that she wanted to use him to hurt you too. So yeah, guys, sometimes y'all are used to hurt the person who she actually really still loves or she hates now to her guts because he left her single mom situation, cheated on her, hurt her feelings, all kind of stuff like that. And now you're in place. Super dad is gonna come in, stepdad. and she gonna make sure say if they're young enough they call him daddy too, and all these. She wants you to hear your child call a next man daddy. These kind of things, you know what I'm saying? The things that women tell you I'll never do. This stuff in the man them, you know. The things that women tell you I'll never do that, babe. If we ever, God forbid, if we're ever to break up, like I would never do that ever. That's just so tacky and tasteless. That she a gonna do. Exactly, that's what she going to do. She said, I'm gonna be a nun after you. Like I'm going celibate for years. No, she about to throw booty everywhere. I'm about to be with nobody. Yep, she about to get somebody in 2.4 days. The opposite of everything. I'll never hold your children against you. Yep, that's exactly what she about to do. Yeah, you better get ready for family court, child support court, all the courts that come with you. With you, her. Just a heads up, just a warning. So me and Scatter Burrell, Scatter just said, SouFlo, regardless of however the relationship went, she was supposed to be he's supposed to be a column in their creation and a part of their existence, right? A valid part of their existence. He's supposed. I said that's not what I'm arguing. I agree completely, right? Divorce are together. The children need both parents, and it's best for two individuals to get it together as adults for the sake of the children. Whoo, that's utopia. That's in a perfect world. That's when all stars aligned. That's when everybody is grown and mature and ready to build. Oftentimes, that's not how it is. It takes time to get to a place like that, right? People have to go process them hurt first. You hurt, remember, want to hurt your back, all kind of something. And in the middle, you have the children, and they're bouncing the children like, you know, I watch tennis, bang, bang, bing, 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 bang, bang, bing. That's how the kids are in the middle. So, my only advice to men is don't give her no reason. Don't give her no reason. Because that was the only reason he gave why she left. So, and I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, was it worth it? Like, was the side coochie worth it? You know, you have a wife that will do that, right? And you still went, was the side coochie worth it? Now you're looking back like, damn, it wasn't worth it. She was fine as hell. A couple of them was bad as hell. Love all them do the thing that when them do the thing that all these things. But look at you. You no longer have your family. And he said it. He said, I no longer have my family. I lost everything. I lost all my kids. I lost my wife. I lost my house. I thought me and my wife were gonna grow old together. We've been together umpteen all how many years already? I think he was 20 something years already of marriage down the drain. Woo. I don't know, man. Or 17 years, something like that. A lot of years of marriage already down the drain. So for the men who in that institution they call marriage, why don't contribute. Now let's be fair. I already know you could wake up tomorrow and you could be the perfect man. You done nothing wrong. She could very well come to you and say, "It's not you, it's me. You know, I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore, and I've lost myself, and I'm about to go find myself." So she gonna left you anyway, even though you've been the perfect guy, right? But a lot of the times there's a contributing factor from either end. Either she a cheat and she want left, or you been cheating and she found out and now she wants to leave because she starts scorning you. So and but either way, you're about to lose what you thought you were building for your children to benefit from, which is a solid platform to start off of. You know, it's proven fact. Children that come from a well balanced home that have both parents in it, they fare way above 50% better than children who come from a one family or one parent home. This is not a guess, this is a fact, right? So if you was trying to build that and you're trying to build for real, man, I guess you know you gotta let side coochie go. You gotta let side coochie go. Yeah. And fix up all the other things too, but let side coochie go because it's devastating to see what could happen when when you chase a little bit of side coochie and you get some and then you get caught. Damn. But with that said, though, that was just my opening segue into what we're about to talk about this morning. Audrey Wright says, please hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live. Audrey, big up yourself. Audrey Wright says, it's not you, it's me. A lot of people get that talk. It's not you, it's me. I've lost myself. I just don't feel happy anymore. I love you. I'm just not in love with you anymore. What's her name? That's very famous. That's exactly what she did. And she said that's what she did. Her husband didn't cheat. She says, I love him. He is a stellar guy. He is a wonderful dad. You know, he does everything. It just got to the point where you felt burdened. And I don't know. I lost myself. I just lost myself. I looked at myself one day in the mirror and I did not recognize who I was anymore. I had lost myself. So I had to go find myself. Life is a journey. Life is a journey, and you don't own anybody. So when somebody decide to detour, go left, oh, I gotta go find me. I don't know where me went. What can you do? Nothing. Wish them the best on their journey. I hope you find you, and bye. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? Tia Mowry, of course. Yeah, she didn't say, well, I've grown into a different person and I miss the person I was before. But I understand that, mom life and this, that, and the other turned me into somebody else. Nope, I've lost myself. I've lost myself. I've been taking care of everybody else except for me. Time to go find me. You already know what that means. Up, out the door we go. Anyways, Sky, let's see. That's for them life. We saw this coming. A reprisal mission was foiled yesterday as 4 men were gunned down in broad daylight. We're gonna talk about that situation right there. Hopefully, there's a lesson in here to be learned by those who feel like they want to pick up a certain type of lifestyle and thing. I gotta keep talking to my brothers because they keep throwing away their life. You know, they keep throwing away their life, and what can I say? I'm trying to save somebody. So that's what them life is one this morning. The Omar Cullimore trial is ongoing. It's heading to its closing stages. His attorney. Sometimes when you hear your attorney get up and speak, just know you're going to prison, right? If you if I have an attorney like this, I would already be calculating how many years are they going to give me. Um, I see. Oh, they added it back. 3, 2, 1, and a commercial is about to hit somewhere, and I can't stop it. Ads inserted. So people are saying when the commercials hit, they miss words or part of like important information or whatever. So I'll stall for a second every time I see it show, and then I'll keep going. But Omar Collimore's case is coming to an end. The closing arguments are in. We're following it closely all the way to the verdict. His attorney says Omar was a Gyallis. He's a Gyallis. He's not a murderer. I don't want my attorney labeling me as a Gallus. I don't care how you have to spin this in court. Just don't get up in front of a jury pool in Jamaican court and call me a Gallus in a case where my wife was murdered and I'm supposed to be the guy that hired the hitman to kill her. This not gonna go too good in my favor, and I feel it already. But we're gonna go through some of what his attorney said in her argument in her defense of her client because we haven't heard her speak yet, right? And then, of course, there's a conversation here that has to do with violence in our schools on the island, and then tourism booming, and then a possible redress for people who took the AstraZeneca vaccine. Let's start out with the people who took the AstraZeneca vaccine and what they are saying about that. Somebody said yesterday, well, time for lawsuits. And I said, I'm not too sure about the lawsuits because I specifically remember them signing documents that said they cannot sue anybody. And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people didn't take it, right? So, with reports now surfacing that one of the side effects of the AstraZeneca vaccine is thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome. That's when a person has low blood clots, thrombosis, together with a low platelet count, thrombocytopenia. Some are wondering if which causes blood clotting and your body develops this inability to fight off viral infections and etc. etc. So you're gonna get more sick than everybody else, right? Who has a healthy immune system. It's compromising your immune system. Could lead to also stroke, heart attacks, all that other stuff. Um, People are wondering, can there be any redress for those who have experienced side effects? So, attorney at law Iqbal Shaveria thinks that there might be some course of recourse. Certainly, if you can make out a claim for negligence. So, in very simple terms, for you to make a class action in negligence, you'd have to prove that there was a person who had a statutory duty and that person failed to perform that duty. And as a result of that, there was some damage to a particular person. That's the grounds on which you can file for some kind of a redress. However, because the government, see, I told you all yesterday, here it is. This is the attorney speaking. However, because the government signed an indemnity document, is what it's called. Vaccine manufacturers are protected from being sued by Jamaicans if complications develop due to the vaccine. So your government signed a document that said them can't sue nobody if any complications develop along the way. I'm feeling very studious. Let me put on my, this is my Minecraft light blockers. Your government signed a document that said nobody could be sued, or the manufacturers could not be sued, and they signed it on your behalf, right? Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
I'm good.
First, wait. Did you contact me by Gmail?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
The subject said grandfather.
Okay. I didn't forget. I'll be reaching out today.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to call yesterday when you talked about this, but I didn't get a chance to. There's a saying. It's actually from the Bible. If you resist the devil, he will flee.
If you resist
the devil, he will flee.
Okay.
Right? Somewhere in the Bible it says that. And I know when we were going through this C word thing, a lot of people felt like it was going to happen forever. And they just have to go along to get along. But those who resisted the devil can see now the devil has gone about his business.
Ooh.
It's not only AstraZeneca that caused the blood clot. Remember Johnson & Johnson was taken off the market? Okay. Guess what? It's Pfizer too. It's all of them. I personally know somebody in my family who took the Pfizer. And I said to her, don't go and take that. Listen and just come out. Don't go turn guinea pig. And she told me, I'll say, I'm not a doctor. And her doctor say, I really take. All right. Well, my girl get blood clots in her lungs after the second shot and nearly dead. Okay. So the thing with this thing, because it is an mRNA, right? We have, within our DNA, there's RNA, right?
Right.
That make that helix.
Right.
It removes a part of your mRNA.
Right.
And replaces itself. So remove God RNA and put in man RNA. And the purpose of it, what it does is it's shooting off signals into the body. It never stops shooting off those signals. It shoots off signals trying to find, what do you call it? The C word. To protect you from the C word.
That's
but it never stops doing that.
But it never stops doing it.
It never stops doing that. What are the long-term effects of it continuously doing that? They've also found that, I forgot what the thing is called, but the receptors, the thing that it shoots off, they found it resting in the gonads of men and in the ovaries of women.
Oh, wow.
Right? It wasn't supposed to go there. Now, this is something people get shot in their arm.
Right.
and it's traveling through their body. There have been people who have gotten blood work done, and have you seen it? The scientists are finding, especially in the UK, these weird shapes with their blood cells. These weird things that look like glass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this thing is mutating your body. You become a genetically modified organism because mRNA is a genetically modified. It's not a regular vaccine. They seem to change the definition of the word vaccine.
Right.
So remember, they were pushing a lot of teachers in Jamaica to take this. All of a sudden, a lot of people just start drop dead. Can't explain why.
Right. And you notice how when somebody said something about or even questioned, how come all these teachers and it's in that profession? Yeah, shut up. People die all the time from different causes. So even then, you're still being bullied. That's why I still speak in codes as much as I can, you know? Because even though they're out there pretending like, okay, it's free to say whatever you want to say now, I think they're still throwing darts at whoever opens their mouth to say so much. Right.
This was a global experiment. This was against the Nuremberg codes where you're supposed to know what you're taking. The people that never did know what they were taking.
Right. And we all know that.
We all know. So even though a person is a medical professional, you still have to pick sense out of nonsense.
Absolutely.
And if you know it normally takes 7 to 10 years to develop a B word, how do people them come up with it in less than 12 months?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
All the people them who went and inject their children, may God be with them. Because they have a long life to live, and you don't know the long-term effects of this thing. Now, it look like the AstraZeneca effects must say easier to detect quickly that it's AstraZeneca, but you can't sue nowhere in the world.
Right.
All of the government signed it.
Right.
So if you wake up tomorrow and your leg now work, your leg just now work. So that's why you resist the devil and he will flee. All those people who lost their jobs in New York, who refused to take it, New York had to come back and reinstate.
Right. And back pay them too.
And back pay them because God is good.
Yes.
Because when you resist the devil, he will flee. Okay? When people are offering you cheeseburger and french fry to take an unknown serum in your body, you can always get another job. But once that thing is in your body, you have to leave with it when you leave the job. So that's why even mine, they were coming to me. I said, you know what, God? You have me because you're not a techie. I'm not doing it.
You know, them people that must feel away, you know. The ones them who felt, that's what I said yesterday. I feel so sorry for those who felt so pressured to take it, and they actually did, right? And watching your colleagues walk off the job and say, I'm out of here, bye. We'll go home, go suffer. And now they said your same colleagues could come back, get their job back, and get back pay. And you there with like, but damn, I stayed and I took this thing. I should have left too.
Yep. And I remember, we were getting beaten. The same people were saying they hope that we get COVID. They hope say if we get it, we can't go to the doctor, the hospital. Then let me tell you something. I was saying to myself, look, 2020, if God was to put a test to everybody to see where their heart truly lie, he could have ended the word right there and said, who I go, where them I go. Because people were so
draw the line and took their sides, you know, and stood on it too.
It's coming like a cult.
Yeah, remember some were saying them need to round you all up and lock you up in a camp and
yeah. And your own neighbor was saying that should happen to you if you don't take this thing. All right. Well, those who resisted the devil shall flee. And if you, I feel sorry for the people. I don't want to beat them too much still, but next time it's going to be a chip. And the pressure is going to be 10 times worse.
Be on the lookout.
This cashless system, because they've already developed the chip, you know. And Elon Musk already want to put a chip in your brain. And the World Economic Forum want to put it underneath your skin. So when I have a decision to make. Resist the devil and he will flee. Take that with you for the rest of your life. You don't put yourself in a something because them said I'm a doctor. So many people, I've lost so much respect for the medical profession because you had people who's supposed to be nurse and they're wearing a mask for an entire week. So they put it under laser light to kill the bacteria. How much of them end up with respiratory? You should know better than that. Somebody can wear a mask a whole week.
Yeah,
and they don't breed bacteria.
But they couldn't say nothing because they were, you know how the thing was set up. You know how it was set up.
This is how we give our power away.
Right. It was a time of decision.
Lean on God.
Right.
And say, you know what? Nothing go like this. All my pediatrician, she nearly kicked me out of the practice. How she know and nothing wrong with it, and she gave it to her daughters, and Ray and Tay. From that, honestly, I don't think I see the woman again. Now I just see the nurse practitioner then. I'm sure if she see me now, she'd hold her head down in shame because she's supposed to be a big doctor. Right? But sense is not there. Book smart had no common sense. Because anybody could have looked at that and said, the math is not mathing.
Right.
So resist the devil and he will flee. But I see when them come out with them chip, and with that chip you can't go supermarket. With them chip you can't be in crowd. So everybody have a decision to make.
See, Tano?
Yep.
All right.
Story come to bump now. That's it.
The Valley of Decision.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right. It's always great talking to you, and I'll link up later.
Sure,
get your thing. All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Well, that was pretty heavy. Let me put my disclaimer out there. This is a platform where people are allowed to call in and say what it is that's on their mind. Does not necessarily mean that the words that are uttered from our viewers and callers are exactly the views of the host of this program. Yes? Okay. All right. With that said, if you can remember clearly, while we were going through what we were going through that we thought was going to last forever, I never told anyone to A or B. I never said go left or right. I said educate yourself and make a decision based on your education and do what is best for you and yours. And I still stick to that to this day, right? With that said, moving right along. Oh, I wonder kind of here, make we hurry up and come out of that zone there. Well, let me finish up what the attorney said. The attorney said the first thing, if you want to file any kind of a recourse, lawsuit, whatever, right? The first thing is that you'll need to look at the elements of negligence. So you'll need to establish that there was a duty of care, meaning that your government should have responsibly taken certain steps to ensure that whatever it is that they were giving to you and making almost mandatory for you to take, that they had established that it was okay in the long term to do so, and therefore they did not. So there was a breach in their care of duty, establishing that you got sick, taking something that they recommended to you and told you it was the best thing since sliced bread. And then you would need to prove those damages as well, right? And based on that, so I guess you can sue your government, but the manufacturers of the product cannot be sued, not by no government and not by you, the people. So they skate off into the wind, you know, but you can probably put a lawsuit to your government. The lawyer said that the issue as it relates to damages is that a person would need to show a link between whatever illness, sickness they have going on and taking that particular thing, noting that this alone could be very difficult because you go in and you say, like the caller says, my left leg stopped working. They're gonna say, well, I don't know how that has to do with that because we have thousands of people out here that took it and their left leg's still working. Hell, the right one works too. So we don't know how that. You understand? They'll be there trying to combat whatever you say. So you're gonna have to go in with some solid and good proof. Now there are too many third parties involved in a case like this also. So third party number one could be the government. Third party number two could be the distributor. Third party number three could be even be the person who administered it to you. So there are too many causes in a suit like this to establish a chain of causation. In other words, yes, there could be some possible recourse on the horizon, but the attorney is just pointing out that even so, it's going to be very difficult to get to unless they get to a place in time where they're like 20 years ago. Do you remember the Mick? If you or any of your loved ones has suffered a heart attack, stroke, brain aneurysm, diabetes, developed this, that, and the other because you took blank, 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 or you took blank, 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 please call that to be a part of this class action lawsuit. So once they decide, say, you know what, this was truly wrong, and we've made enough money now, I think we could pay out some of these people a little bit of this money for pain and suffering, then you might be able to get something. But the line is drawn in the sand. Just so you know, you can't sue the manufacturers. You can't sue the people who made it and gave it out. That's that. Right? Audrey Wright says government are gonna come back and said them already compensate you with the little stimulus money when them did give out during the oh God. Carrie Notice says they're trying to get my mom and myself to get another one done. And I'm done. Not doing no more for us. Claudette Sterling says, true words, caller. I know it's coming. Well, whatever is coming, I'm not worried about it. Hear this right. I don't think you should worry about stuff that's coming. I don't think you should. I think you should plan. But remember, I know we say when man plan, God laugh, right? Because things never, for some reason in life, things never ever go according to your plan. But you still have to have some kind of survival, something set up somewhere, just in case you make it to that day and time when that is needed. Other than that, do not live your life in a worry. Live your life fully on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? People who usually live their life fully, when the time comes to check out, they wave bye-bye and check out because this ain't forever. But the people who, you squinch down every day and you just worry and when last you went somewhere? When last you saw something new and went to a place that was just absolutely breathtaking and beautiful? When last you paused long enough to say, wow, look at that sun coming up over the water? When last you just if you're not doing that, you're not living. So get up and live regardless. You know what I mean? And life is gonna life regardless. And government is gonna government regardless. And thief I got thief regardless. Gunman I got gunman and shoot up regardless. Everything is gonna happen regardless. Just remember to live though while you are here. Not just exist and worry, but live. I had a beautiful day at the beach yesterday. That's why I talk to you like this. Live. See, my color got a little bit browner. You know what I mean? I like when I get that darker brown. Trying to be like a Tootsie Roll in a couple of months. Anyhow, moving on to the next topic. So the next topic is let's see. Let's go into I really don't like talking about like how the school system is now and how, but I think we need to just knock this one out the park so we could get on to the other topic. So, Education and Youth Minister Favour Williams has described the upsurge in violence taking place in our school system on the island as madness, highlighting 55 reports of critical incidents over a 1 year period between January 2022 and January 2023. Critical incidents meaning somebody dead or nearly dead. Given that there are 190 school days in the school year, 55 critical incidents at our schools equate to a critical incident happening somewhere in the education sector every 3 to 3.5 school days. This is madness. Every 3 to 3.5 school days, somebody picking dead at school, or somebody is rushed off for emergency services because somebody gets stabbed up or somebody get chopped up or somebody gets stumped into a coma or something like that. He said, however, there is a speculation that the number is extremely conservative because acknowledging sources in the sector point to at least one St. Andrew school that they know where students get into fights and the outcome is probably critical almost on a daily basis. Now, in recent weeks, there has been numerous violent confrontations between students, some of which have captured on video and has circulated worldwide for all of us to see. Even though we're there foreign, we still can't see what going on. In one incident, which happened on April 18th, a 15-year-old student at Irwin High School in St. James died after being stabbed in the chest by a classmate outside of the school gate just after classes were dismissed for that particular day. Another incident which escalated around that same time involved physical altercation among students from several corporate area schools meeting up to go to war, which left several students injured, and one school was forced to even close for 2 days just to get stuff back in order. On April 25th, two students of the Grange Hill High School in Westmoreland were shot. One fatally died in a gun attack shortly after they left the annual sports day at the school. And on Wednesday, Williams said that the matter of school violence is an immediate threat which has overshadowed in a most negative way all of the efforts of our principals, our teachers, our parents, the students themselves, and the Ministry of Education. I saw another commercial come in just now, so may I go pause a little bit. Not necessarily pause out the commercial, but I won't be saying anything too much until you are able to like skip through and come back to the content. Now, she said that in the reports that were submitted through the regional offices to the safety and security of schools units at the central ministry, it is instructive to note that 55 critical occurred at 50 different schools, 15 primary schools, and 35 high schools. 5 of the schools had 2 critical incidents each. These range from gang violence to physical assault to robbery to break ins at the school to the school bus incident to alleged sexual grooming and assault to drowning to vandalism to stabbing to attempted abduction to brawls to physical altercation to setting a fire to alleged sexual assault altogether. This is just sounding like madness. This sound like outer road. This sound like outer road. And again, I'm not no old man. I haven't hit that stage yet, but considering myself to be well on the way. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Morning, sir. I don't know if you have a pan speaker.
Yeah, I know what I do today. I watch your program, father.
Yeah,
Daddy. So go on.
but there, I know. Why the talk this morning?
SouFLo, you know what I mean? SouFLo, you know me, I have something I want to say, though.
Say it, no, man.
It's like me and one brother, we are going to see one man, you see? 30 speech at study. And you know what I say, in Japan, in February about the 16th.
What?
And then spread news over the media saying you hang himself.
They spread news over the media
So, you know what I say, you hang himself.
Wait there.
You hang himself, SouFLo, isn't it?
Where you feel happy?
Guess what, no, after me got Tranquility identify but
you did have to go identify the body.
And yeah, upper Tranquility at Town King.
Mm-hmm.
And we woke up there, we go do the autopsy and thing. And you know, so they actually come out. You know, when you have a family member there, them always come out and show you the written report and everything.
Mm-hmm.
SouFLo, you know, say, I know they're not sure with the young come out and tell you, say, I ain't you, himself.
How old him was?
This year, he would have been 20.
This year would have been 20.
Yeah, man, he named Devon, he probably said, he was critical, for the college there. a few wicked people go there. They said the youth ain't so flow. See?
Hold on there. Wait there. Hello? Wait. You have it on speaker or something?
No, man. Maybe I told me having live for the next phone night shop.
Oh, cause I want you to talk clear so the people them can't hear what you say. Cause me I make out what you say, but me not, it sounds muffled away still.
Alright, hold on, let me fix it.
So this is his little brother.
You hear me now?
Yeah, go on talk.
I say, I'll know when I see the report. So,
I'll know when I see the report.
It's a man, you know.
Them just come out and tell us say hang himself.
Yeah, that's all the police say. And the woman will go first to take the to take the statement and everything that the police lady. I know she come to the autopsy, you know. Them send one different man from one different place when never did it. We don't know nothing about it. So him come and work for years. So him come get evidence to work with. But people are wicked. They tell us people are wicked, so they're wicked. And that's one only the same police when we come at the day of the autopsy. All right, here we say now. Him go show with the report. But we have to come and man develop a station, which is Thursday after the Tuesday. You see? When we go at the station. You know, so the man actually not come at the station. You not coming.
And you tell Uno to come.
The man hide, brother. And we are calling phone and no answer. Me calling phone with my number, which he never know for me. And he answer. When he answer, Mr. Badman. Let me tell you something. You have brother, you have sister, you have mother, you have father. You know what you do. You're dead the road. A policeman tell you something.
Well,
the man them wicked so till me not think can sleep in my bed at night in your heart, like a middle brother.
What do you think happened?
Brother, man them strangle man. Just strangle him, kill him. Mr. Me go up a strangle him to go think that with my man me. Normally when people do autopsy, they cut them back at their ears. Brother, they cut out the whole life in the prison out of man, they can cut him man ears, 2 places. Cut right back at man ears, right down to his throat, right down to his spinal cord number. Where them a cut up the man so far, brother?
So you feel like them struggling man and them cut off the fingerprint?
Nobody no come out and say nothing. Me there so. Yo, I tell you so, bro. You see, the poorer class set of people in, me I go say poorer class set of people, they always fall in some uncomfortable place where they nothing more than outside and go better. Me I tell you. I see true enough people are rich better we can fight case and do all these things, then just feel like say, well then, it's all good for them just mess up everything and just gone for it. So, Flo, and I know people have to just get up and just do people things kind of yo, actually you don't even know, me feel cut up, me feel everything inside of me right now. Right now, me have a little Bluetooth. From about 3 weeks now, my mother give me. After me fi clean it. And every time I look at it, come out, me nervous. I must feel like a joke, me and my father.
God no man.
First, me call you, you know.
When no say no joke, brother. A funny.
Yeah, man, I first me call you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, me I tell you for them people that are wicked. And just want to know, me. So, me say me not say no allegedly. As God Almighty me not say. Yo, police have to find me and come to me, brother. And lock me up. But me say me not say no allegedly.
Right.
Yeah. Then kill him up at the place. Because I just want to know, you see when go and say, when my mother really get the call after 4. And the youth get after 10 in the morning. Can you imagine? It's string where they say you end up in self-fan. Nobody can find the string. Nobody can find the police. The woman say when you go pull him down, the same woman will go pull him down, the same like him kill him. You see me? Because the statement saying you know match up brother. Can go say, alright, somebody can hang themselves and you go pull them down from where they hang up. From an upstairs building and carry them downstairs. Brother, you can't do that. You have to go to prison.
Yeah, come here always see when time the people hang themselves, then cut them down and make your body drop.
Right.
Yeah.
And the man touch a touch ground, brother. And you go say, Mr. the man himself. Hey, Mr. SouFLo, God and Mr. Man. You see for the transfer breaking now. All when like to play me by because no one win. More, yo, actually you know.
Cut up.
You see already not play me, and see already not play me by Mr. Brother. Because I want to win. Yeah. Yo, actually you don't even know my youth. Right now, SouFLo, you not even there yet, you know. I say I 13, I come a youth grade begin. You see me? Me even know when I funeral fam. You see me? Right now, me have some, yo, actually you even know, you know. So right now, I don't know me extra me poor. Because if me did have actually 500,000 on my name now, me do want next a taxi. You know what me say?
Right.
Me do it again.
How much for the autopsy?
That go bring me to the truth and bring me into the light. Because them hide the first report from we and now they're not sure we brother. And imagine, because Jamaica my youth, them to protect his citizens. You are killing his citizens, man, I go on like I say, and I cover up here and I show you on a map, brother. And your government up this all nasty mouth and jewelness. Yo, actually you don't even know, you know.
May I try to understand something? So how them get a hold of him? What in some altercation and them arrest him or something like that?
No, a college you go at college.
Right.
Mandeville, church
so how
college you go Mandeville. So
how him end up in a film company, like how them end up with him? Them say up there at the school him do it?
Yeah, up at school happen. Up at college happen. I hope they used to go.
In the board out up there?
You understand? Yeah, in the board and everything up there, bro. I mean, I tell you about 3 days before you have me talk to youth, you know. Youth, you know, have no problem. Me talk to youth, bro, you know, so me good though. Me and him reason like, me and the whole of them have good relationship.
Right. And you never catch no vibes and nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong, brother. Because even there before, because them are foreign, send money for you, my youth. Because them are dealing with it. The people them live in New York, them are dealing with Florida, them are dealing with the farm. And them sending you to college. The only thing my mother is transfer for making youth is you can eat snacks, you food I send them, you can hygiene stuff them, and then you can think brother. You see me? No else SouFLo. So you don't have no problem when you say he would have to go kill himself or he to go commit suicide, I think. No. So all with them assess, then do something to you and I cover it up. Because me, you know, SouFLo, me say, that's what they say, yo, the people are not easy, you know what they say, so we are going to, we not to take no picture, I would make sure so we put on the remote. And that's the people have a chance to look at. No, that take a picture, I think that's when my man next SouFLo. Believe me, somebody take a picture.
You did see the fingerprint them?
What do you mean? And you try that chop out my youth and
so you see the fingerprint them before the autopsy and then when them done the autopsy, how them cut him up, the fingerprint them cut out.
Identify them.
Oh God.
Yeah, you can identify them. And when time we get mad now, because we decide for that, they say they not show me nothing. So we get mad now SouFLo. I say, hey, watch out now. I'm my brother. I need to see in the autopsy report. And you see autopsy report, a trouble going on this today. And I see them when me tell them. I'm Mr. Police, don't mix yourself tonight, you know. Don't mix yourself tonight. Because guess what? You see at the end of the day, you never did it when the incident happened. So don't say nothing. Yeah. You may go to prison. I see him when me tell him, I saw me at the police, brother. And when we go in the SouFLo, I say, listen to the doctor, say, let me see your report. You know what I know the doctor not show me report. He will buy clipboard for the chest so. And tell the patter after me, I said me to go for a station of a man, but they will show me a report. I want to only pass it because he's not allowed to do it. I want to only pass it. You say, hey, you don't feel like you can't take Jamaican people to be idiot, but not everybody are idiot. Yeah, me, never go to school, be smart, more you are doing attack to. You are idiot and you are going to prison. I see you, me tell him. I see you, me tell him, so all of them, they might in a one like a state of things, so we are going to do something. But we are going to do something. You may not know, but we are going to do something about it SouFLo. Me I tell you, something happy done.
One hold it, brother. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. I don't know
So from me just want to bring my point across, man. I get actually need to know. I get to that little place where we can just call and voice my opinion and something. You see me?
Yeah.
So actually need to know. Continue to do good work, my father. A long time me watching, man. Long time. Me I tell you, long time in the SouFlo.
Man has no respect for that still.
Yes, man. Long time, man. Long years. You feel like when you just start me subscribe to the channel.
Seeing.
Yeah.
I hope things get better as this unfolds still, you know?
Man. The people, they're not doing anything good, brother. So, brother, imagine, even if something like that happen, brother, no sweet and I, man, not because you're getting in trouble.
Right.
Nobody no one get in trouble, but no sweet and I, floor, man. No sweet and I, man, brother. You can't do that.
And you know who them always do that
family member dead, you know them to sweep it on them, and you that go be expensive to find out how kill your family member, no, brother.
Of course.
Right. So why you are trying to cover up reward? Police, doctor, me say all of them, man. So me say if me have opportunity, me put the whole of them in one barrel and light them and burn them. You feel like a joke? I swear to God if me on this.
God no. Go on hold it, brother. I just hope things get a little better, you know, along the way. More like it's sort out better than where it's there right now.
Yo, Mr. SouFlo, I told me no want to call no one for people name for the live. You see me? SouFlo, me I tell you, say, I'm waiting be little controversy and I'm waiting surrounding little youth there, you know, father. Yeah, all the school I come tell me mother say, we will help you bury him and something. I say, hey, what you know? If I hear say you take $1 from them, as long as me live, you never see me or hear my voice again.
The school tell mommy said them we help bury him.
Yeah, no say them say, and them say, you know, which is we never ask them for no contribution. So from me say all the day when we have to do art taxi. Can you imagine? When we reach a tranquility and the police reach, the police go ask my mother say, if the principal call her. So my mother said, no. So the police said, so how comes in get information say autopsy are going to do it? Ima Miss Lynn, the woman where they have a body before reach a tranquility. The principal up at the teacher's college, Miss Lynn, they're my friend. You understand? He up there big say woman join contact with him. Big he up there say woman join contact with him. I know not where I hide. His dead body. Yeah. So I know not where I hide SouFlo and people are going to go around and say this and sleep on a mat and go on like. Me not depend that, brother. Me not depend that. And if me could have changed everything, made a change in front of what there. Tell me I tell you that. Or when you just go, me say, yo, you sure say this you want the brother? SouFlo, I hate how you and I'm my only one go college. You know what I say? Hate how we mother have. And I'm my lone go college.
Damn.
And I'm my second to last one and my first one dead. Can you imagine?
Damn.
Nobody else no go to college, but everybody brilliant. Everybody have the education, but nobody else expecting no go to college. Only my alone go to college, brother.
How much for your autopsy?
You never live out.
I can't look this up still, you know. I want to look it up myself. Let me see. May I look up how much for your autopsy at Jamaica? A Lynn funeral home in there? A Lynn funeral home in there?
You know that again. From we do autopsy. Before they do autopsy, she did everybody. Because she joined contract with government and things.
Yeah.
You don't know how true that is. But then say she has contract with the government. Which in me no know, because I never hear about that yet. You understand? So even the principal good as I heard, and so on, he do what them are doing and pretend like I government are do, and then whatever they feel to do. You understand? So we never everybody till after the autopsy. After the autopsy, we will get it.
All right. It says that may I answer a question for the audience. Boy, brother, I'm glad you can vent a little bit here, so still. I don't know if it's a to you. One of them situations where me just stuck and nothing to say.
Yo, SouFlo, man, tell us this. It's tough. It's wicked. Yo, every time I look for my mother, me just, yo, actually, you don't even know about that. My mother feel it. My mother crumble down, brother. I tell you.
Our picnic, she no must.
Yo, my mother crumble down, father.
Oh, God.
You feel like a joke, me. When you look for my mother, you feel like a dick. You feel like I just want skeleton walking, brother. And my mother did fit. You know what them people where you say pickers? Yeah. So my mother did look. Right now, you can take my mother and push him to one eagle world, brother. I tell you.
Just a lose weight to go, so.
Like something like to stick. Brother, she just a frazzle on you.
Oh, God. Why?
Yo, me tell you, SouFlo, me live a sentence, brother. Every 3 or 2 days, me have to end up at top chillani. Because guess what? Me no want dead on your yes, nothing to my mother from. Me want did it when you have me if you have me. Understand? Yeah, brother. So every 2 or 3 days, me have to be here foot.
Well, go on the way off with the man, cause you know, a life, and this is the difficult part of life. But you're there for mommy. You know, you're save her in a way too, you know.
Yeah, SouFlo, man. Tell you the truth, man. I really talk, man.
And she need you. She need you.
SouFlo, me I talk about it right now, you know. And you know when then say when you sit up, your head raised. I saw me feeling on my head space right now. Me just a chin so like it a grow big and big. Believe me. I tell you, me have so many things into you, my you. Me have in glass, in earpod, in belt. Me have a couple other things for him. Then they write that's why I'm so close, brother. Me no. Anytime I look on them, just come in like some go crazy, my you. Me a boy will love TFP. After you see me take up your hand and put in a me, you must know. So you know, go good with me.
I want to show you something. So much situation never surround my brothers passing though, but he might did 23 too. And a few years back this happened, seeing. But I have all them things them still. If me go another bag the 2 times I lie me I tell you. Is that so me know what you talk about, you know. Me have all them pictures them and him paste up them and him, you know, him personal things them and me can't bring myself to like up in the bag and just go through everything we're in the bag. So me know and your thing fresh. Your brother not even having funeral yet. So me know exactly what you're there with it. A years for me, me still the bag tie up in my garage. And me move from house to house till me there, so and me just carry bag everywhere me go. And the bag is still there. And me still not got in it yet. Like me up in here and look in there, pull out 1 and 2 stuff. But me can't open the bag and just go through everything in there. Your thing fresh, you're gonna need time. A whole heap of time.
Me say, they got a brand new class. You know, some mother give me class and me not take it. Me a boy I love class.
Saying.
And mother give me class. Camouflage, grey. Pretty like a ratted, brother. Me not take it, me say, because I don't want it to wear. I did see me.
Yeah.
What you don't even know about man. What you don't even know. So wicked, brother. Wicked. And me say government. This is the government we're in a Jamaica. Me that all the dog and me yard me the advice. No making walk nowhere near your office, your yard, not in your community, brother. Tell me I tell you that. Believe, because government is no good. And him make his space up for one, and him set it that way. Because him make people can do things and get everything.
No accountability, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And him make people can, me say, you see when they do accountable to something, brother, nobody now see. You see me? But make up me are you. But that's what it's a piece of me here talk about this morning. But cheating and or something like that. Right. Me say, if a man go there now and buck human with the next man, I will kill them and back him or something like that. So now, a police if you come here.
Yeah. You're not supposed to do that though.
Major dead situation. And nobody no investigate me. I tell you, when we go on investigation, the man tell we say, we get tranquility or do attacks with nobody. But I police boy. When we go in a station and ask him, he commander tell we say, he's on the road, he got a little incident and he's gonna run late a bit. That's why big old man tell me. And he realize he not even know so the man done tell other things already. So you say then give me two different stories when I make no sense. So we should say them are high. So from me I tell you, a corruption them. All of them from police, government, all of them big executive body, they are corruption them, Mr. Brother. Mr. Man, I want choice, Mr.
You have to go stay strong though for mommy here, sir.
Yeah, but fam. Oh, yeah, man, no, let's do that, man. I don't know, say, to be honest with yourself, bro. You know, say, I first never vent over it. First, me vent over it that way, I tell you. Never vent over it. Me always keep me cool and keep me calm and don't say nothing. Before me say something, me just crack me there. Me point to rum, 1 quarter rum or sitting there. And 2 bags of ganja. And calm down, mate.
Yeah, when you feel it, like go, so you know, say, you're going to a space when you're healthy.
So that me I tell him, man, yo, I don't even know so me I tell him, yo, the thing you affect me so much, so people me I tell him, say, more white. When me think about it, it just feel a weird, like, you want to take up a cup with liquor water night and you just weak out, brother, you can't move. You just stand up like a statue. Yeah, bro. So me feel more wild, man, you believe.
Hang in there, though, bro. Hang in there.
But respect as me say, man, you know.
Manners and respect here, sir.
Yes, man, on the right.
All right, stay in touch.
Yes, my father, big up.
All right, manners.
Big up your audience, sir.
All right, sir.
All right, my father.
Oh, boy. You know, I don't know, so I want to cut the call, but I can't cut the call because if you put yourself in his situation, you would hope that when you start to vent that somebody would break away from what they're doing and listen. The man said, 8 of them. That's the only child his mother have that went to college. Like there's so much components to that story. Him hang himself, but nobody can find the rope or cord that him used to hang himself with. But you cut him down. So if you cut him down, you should have the piece attached to where him hang pan and the piece around him neck. And how come that disappear? They have so many questions. But you know, this is Jamaica for you. This is Jamaica for you. And you have to remember, and I keep saying this again, Jamaica is heaven for some people and it's hell for some people. When your money right in Jamaica and your family name and status is right in Jamaica, Jamaica is heaven for you. You understand? When you not come from family where them call the name and everybody say, oh, I saw and so you that from then more than likely you are gonna taste a piece of Jamaica hell. Yeah. And that's just the reality. That's just the reality. I don't know what to say. I'm glad he was able to vent a little bit because sometimes, you know, you hold on to stuff until I could sense all kind of stuff bubbling up there. I sense revenge bubbling up there. Hey, reprisal killings in Jamaica. Don't y'all must understand, say, stuff like this is what contributes. Because when time people can't get no justice for them family, and when time you see your mother hurting and aching, and when time you see Your rest of your family just, and you miss your little brother, and then no justice, nothing no come out right. Just so the man say him see the fingerprint them pan him neck, and them say don't use your phone and take no picture. And by the time him see the laptop, them cut it out of him neck. Yo, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm not calling to talk about any of the topics that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just calling to let you know that I appreciate you so much for
Thank
being
you.
that listening ear to anyone that needs it.
Thank you.
And I really, really appreciate you, because at times we need to vent, and I'm just so appreciative of you for that. That's all I have to say. And you have a great day. I love your content, and God bless you.
Thank you. Blessings, sister. Appreciate you greatly.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome. Okay.
Y'all are a part of that too. So thank y'all by extension for being a part of that. You know, you can see when somebody starts to vent. If you look up at the numbers, it was like 955 in the room, and then by the time the person have vent too long, it gone down to 800. Me said, damn, 100 people cut out, 700, 200 people cut out. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people who actually stay. I know some people busy, whatever excuses there are, but shout out to the people who stay and actually lend a listening ear. You know, it's some level of compassion, man. Because may I tell you, there's nothing out there in life that one human being goes through that another isn't going through. You know what I mean? Human conditions, it's called. We all, at some point, at some level, will experience all of the same things. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody close to you will experience something that somebody else did. So lend a listening ear and be compassionate. You know, I appreciate her saying that, and I thank her for that. But by extension, this audience right here deserve that. That thanks. Same way. Yeah, man. This is the importance of keeping it like a community, y'all, and a family. You see what I'm saying to y'all? Because people need a space with them can't. Me I telling you, reprisal killing in Jamaica when people can't get their peace and the brother same head feel like it a raise up. You don't know what coming next. You don't know what coming next. In pinpoint somebody and dash that way. I'm telling you. So and I'm not saying that to put him out there in the spotlight. I'm just saying in general, this is how it goes down when people can't get no justice and can't get nobody for vent to, no listening ear, no nothing. Things always go all the way the wrong way. His mom needs him. His mom needs him. Him say mother just a lose weight to go. So now she look like you can string her through a needle. If some of you missed what he was saying, meaning she's lost so many weight, she maga like tread now. You know, when you tread needle through the tread through a needle, right? He's saying his mom is just withering away like that. That did our baby. Jano. What we can do, send out some prayers, send out some good vibrations, and any help we need along the way as well. I hope he keeps in touch. I just asked him to keep in touch, so I hope him stay in touch. And whichever way we can be helpful, we'll try to be helpful in that way, right? Right. Kaz Robinson, that's the saying. Today for him, tomorrow for someone else. Absolutely. Absolutely. With that said, we move into some other topics now because the day is still going by and the show is still going, right? Um, we were talking about violence in school before we got to that, and that's how him calling and his brother was in school and things happen in school, and get covered up and all that. I as far as the Jamaican school system goes, and first of all, again, we're not highlighting the negative only. So let me go ahead and say this first before we go into the negative part. Shout out to the ones them who hold it down for real. I'm talking about the students, the youth them who navigate skillfully and get away from the negative influence, and they're heading somewhere and they're doing positive things with themselves. Those are the movers and shakers of tomorrow. Those are the people those are our future. I mean, the bad one, them are our future too, but those are our future in a good way. So we shout them out and we want them to know that we see them and we celebrate them. We see y'all out here working hard. We see y'all out here accomplishing great things, and we admire it. We celebrate you on a daily basis. We don't want you feel like say Boy, me I do all this hard work and I accomplish so much. And every day, them big people I get up just to talk about who gets stabbed up and who gets shot up and who bad in a school. What happened to who? Good. So we celebrate y'all, all the good ones. We celebrate you. We see you, right? It's just that the bad one, them like them need more attention. Bad picnic need more attention because some good picnic them are just they are self-contained. Nobody don't have to tell them say stay on the straight and narrow. Them just geared away there. So I just saw it go. So don't feel no way. We see you, we celebrate you, big up yourself, and continue to do all the greatness you're doing. Hard work always pays off. Dedication, motivation, self-motivated, it always pays off. And you guys are gonna be great tomorrow. Guys and girls are gonna be great tomorrow. I feel like let me end this part of the school something in Jamaica by saying this. When we took on foreign something, there are things happening in the world where we can learn from other countries and other cultures and integrate it into our system to make the place a better place. If you remember a time gone by, parents who bring them picnic come a foreign used to send them picnic go back to school when them act up in Jamaica, or send them go back to them grandparents, or send them go be down there, board them out at a school down there because we were different. We were different because our school system was different. I don't remember what year I was in when I read an article out of Jamaica that said corporal punishment is now illegal and no longer in any schools in Jamaica. It has been abolished completely. And a bunch of other stuff had changed in the school. And the first thing I said to myself was, yep, now we're going to have problem. See, the thing about it is this, right? I mean, I go around and just beat people picnic. But the thing about it is this. When we had a system in Jamaica that was set a certain kind of way, we had a different result. It's that short and that simple. When we changed the system and mirrored other people's system, we started getting what they have as well. Just like when we used to eat only where we grow and more local food, grown provisions and stuff, we never have certain types of diseases that ran rampant among us and illnesses. When we started importing everything and all these places that are in other people places is now in our faces, pan our land, we now have everything that they also had all along. You see that? Right. So that's a me things are the problem there. There's no way to reverse it. The horse they gone through the gate already. So we are gonna complain about bad picnic and all this, and we can't change it. We can't change it. The only way we could change it is by changing our school system somewhat back to what we had before, and start with the youth them from young, and actually have a system where accountability and management is at the head of that system. Other than that, it's just gonna be what it is. Me grew up in America mostly. I went to did most of my schooling here. And from me little till now, me used to see youth a thump down teacher from junior high to high school right through, and it just got worse over the years. And all those years have gone by and nothing has been fixed. It still look the same way. Thump down teacher fight in a class, teacher jump in a fight, teacher get beat up to student, jump teacher, pick the fight outside of class, carry gun to school, knife it. All that's been happening and it just got worse. So once we adopted what they had, we just continued to develop just like how FIDEM system set, just like that. So I don't see a solution. I don't see a solution. Um, and not to mention, our culture has changed. Certain things are now glorified that weren't glorified before. I've said this before. May I say it again? One time gone, certain things that women do today out in the open and claim to proudly do it, they would have never said that loud back a couple of years back. It was something to be shameful of. It was something to hide. It was nothing to be proud of. We celebrate it now. Same thing for the man them. Certain things that men do now and speak it out loud and say this me do and me this and me that. Them things that used to be hidden. So our culture has changed. And we glorify now what we used to hide before. And so there are more people aspiring to do those things now. Like it's something good, them I do. And it's all self-destruction. It's all destruction. I don't see any change in sight. The Buffalo Soldier says America had the same system. It was not always like this. They took out discipline in the schools and households. So now the streets raise them. Yeah, and I think it's by design too. Because when them start build up new prisons, them need people to fill up the new prisons. Prison is a big business. I keep talking about this. And if they're building them and nobody is coming, they're gonna have to turn those into something else. It's just like if you open a store and you sell apples only and nobody eats apples. Your store is gonna close soon unless you start figuring out what else the people them eat and start selling that. Or orange I carry the swing, peanut, strawberries. Yeah, all right. Get some of those in the store. Then you're gonna get some foot traffic. But if you're over there all day, orange, 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 and nobody no want no orange, you're gonna get locked down. It's some way I see it like to just railroad them right into that. They told the parents you can't beat them, your kids no more. You can't. Corporal punishment is out the door. It's illegal. When you take a healthy dose of fear out of those who are responsible for raising the children, when you remove a healthy dose of fear from that equation, that youth don't have nothing to fear no more. And children naturally test your limits as an adult. So when you remove, say me, even my mom was telling me, me I drive her back from the airport, day before, day before yesterday. I'm driving mom back from the airport, and she was like, "Boy, you was something else, you know." So when me tell me audience, I did while, you know, me grew up free. My few years in Jamaica before I left, I was free. Big land property, whole heap of banana walk and coffee piece, run up and down about the place after me done school. When we are fight in a school, we are fling rock stone off of each other. Some people get them head bust. Who fast enough to run? My first fight is a youth who live next door. I'm slapping him in the face with a piece of sugar cane and it tear off his skin and them eye. And the amount of big stone that youth that's sent for shell down my head back. These kind of things. So we grew up in a them kind of something there. But make any other adult in my yard did ever hear a whiff of what did I go on or anything that you're getting into. And I believed within myself that they would kill me. Them two people here. Because my mother and father did the army and gone a foreign already. Them there, me used to think them would have killed me in a real life. Like they're going to kill me and them have to go bury me, have my funeral. The kids them now don't have that healthy dose of fear. Them talk to any adult anywhere. Yo, mind your business, man. Yo, come out of people business. Yo, go over there. So how we are talk to elder and watch your speech, you know. Man, a bad man around here, and they don't give a damn. Which one of us could have got to any grown adult back in the day talk about man a bad man around here? Bad man which part? Bad man which part? When them hold you and shell off your skin off of your body and then send you go on your yard. And then the people in my yard find out why and then we changed. We changed. So we have to accept what comes with the change. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, brother SouFLo.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, boss.
Morning, for what go on?
Yesterday, that day, yesterday, I think about back in Valentine's Day, and yesterday to the school, I have this thing where them and my son, my son, my son, I just 10-year-old, man. See me, I say, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and them have this Valentine's Day card where them give to other classmates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, my son, I make it. When I look on it, I wonder the other boy them in the classroom, he might give Valentine's Day card to bro. You see me? And when I say, yo, just take the card and say, yo, you can't do that, no, bro. You can't do that. It's wrong. You see me?
This is in a school in Jamaica.
Him start ball, you know. You see me? I say, look, boy, start ball. In teacher, I say that's perfectly normal. You see me?
We could get this clear. We are talking about yard.
No, man.
We are talking
here
about
in America, bro.
Oh, no, a regular thing that, brother. No, a regular thing that. I thought you were talking about Jamaica and how our culture has changed.
No, man.
Yeah, right about 100 bro. Why that you they would have get for that. But up here, no, up here is regular. Me see them shell out appearance the other day because the little girl was playing with our dolly and her next toy, and the little boys join in and I play with the dolly too, and come up the hair and these things, and the father see it and say
Yeah.
something about it and drag with the dolly from the little boy and say, "Hey, we don't play with those. Go play with the trucks and the trains and the this and that." Them cuss out the father. Them cuss the father.
Yeah, man, I feel them.
Them say at his age he should be able to play with anything he wants to play with, and that's just a child, and children, play with all kind of stuff, and them cuss him out, and him shouldn't be so aggressive and what. Let me just turn it around
Yeah,
upon
just
the
hear
father,
the
my friend.
council tell me,
Yeah.
because I bring to the council and we are talking. Me tell them say well, I not like the approach with them I bring towards my youth,
That not gonna make it in America. Them not listen to you. May I tell you that right now?
That,
yeah. Now, growing up in Jamaica, I see, when me did little, me come from the era where we take one of the box juice them, and we use the cork them, and we put the stick through it, and we make a little truck, and we make with this and with that, and we carve out, we gig out of guava wood, and then smooth it down with sandpaper and glass, and we used to make with one toy. And my sister them, the girl them in the house now, we had 4 girls in the house. The 4 girl them in the house, we never play with for them something them with them play with. Them used to get dolly from foreign and all kind of something, and us as boys, we never play with them thing there. Because we just recognize that those were the girls' toys and girls' stuff. And I know that boy play with, we never gravitate toward playing with it. That is Jamaica. That is how we used to grow up. Come forward now to Yasso, and then you talk about America is a whole different kettle of fish you deal with, my friend. There, and I can tell you,
thing, brother,
yeah.
Even the character with them, my son are playing a school player. Cause the other day them have a play now. I was going at the program now. When I go on about, you see the boy them are spin like them a berry, freaking berylina, whatever them call it, bro.
Ballerinas.
Yeah, brother, I say it's a Shakespeare play. I told her, whatever them want to call it. You see? Yes, and
boy, you go at the school play and see all the little boy dress up like girl and them something there, and them tell you, say, it's just a costume. Why you calm down,
Exactly, my brother.
Boy.
Brother, I say no, and his mother say, if you just left him might enjoy himself. No, brother, I feel like my belly button just tear out and cramp. Just me feel like, there's a shift in my belly button, brother, like, there's a pain in my upper chest, brother, you see me?
John, no. But I feel away, me not like. But I feel very much away.
The boy pick them go like that.
Yeah.
You see, I'm gonna blame the mother them too, because them are put up with the foolishness of that type of just a player and them thing there. You see?
That's why. Okay, so that's why now. Hear me. I say that's why now it's very important for you to make sure say your presence is felt. That's all you can do. Make sure your presence is felt, and where what your duty is to your youth. You see, listen to me, King. Where your duty is to your youth is not to be televised. Is not to be discussed on no radio program or nothing. You have to do it and do your work. You see what I say? Read between the lines. You have to do it and do your work. You influence him.
Every time him come on me, I cry like say want go back over him mother. So me I say, how you see me I say?
Like, say that too rough.
The bond between me and him. I have more bond with my daughter them than my son, for some reason, The conversation is very limited, brother. You see me?
Put in your effort, man. In my only 10, put in your effort.
Brother.
Not gone too far already where can't fix. Put in your effort. Now is the time. Now is the time.
My 6-year-old daughter having more conversation than him.
Yeah.
Say?
Different personalities for different children. My son, Kai is 5 years old now. Kai can actually entertain himself whole day. Who for personality that him have in mother. Like him can go lock up in a room by himself and just entertain himself all day. Him play with him Legos, him build different things, him don't want chat to nobody. Then him go in our next room, you see him cock up him 2 foot them, turn on him TV and watch one of them program them. And me I say, which part him there in the house? And then you have his sister, and she, if her mouth go 100 miles per hour, and she always have to be entertained and have to be around somebody and somebody I talk to her. It's just different personality. But now is the time to foster that relationship between you and your son to where you can influence him the way you want. Can you hear me now? You see, if you daddy don't be that influence, something else and someone else will.
Yeah,
You hear, sir?
True.
All right.
All right, boy.
Manners and respect,
Yes.
here.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, man. Me not play about mine them. But yeah, you 10-year-old. Like, right. Valentine's Day card get next boy. Oh God. Ah, boy. Fathers, do your duty. Yeah. You you are needed. You are needed. I'm tell all the father them this too. No matter each pound what you're supposed to do here because time goes by very fast. And soon you're gonna spin around like this. And them little kids that you see is he's only 10 or he's only 12 or he's only 7. By the time you go so boom bam is a grown person, you're gonna be looking at all the years have gone by really fast. You so caught up in whatever else you had going on. Them kids are grown, influenced, completely different from what you had in mind for them, and they're on a whole different page than you. If you think communication is limited, no, wait till them get a little older. Remember this: your children, as they grow, they are separating from you. Just remember that. Born on the breast, need feeding, yeah, need cuddling, get a little bit older, move away, go play in a room by themselves, no longer need you, they start drop them off to school, them start getting used to learning how to spend hours per day without you, at least 8 hours. When them come home from school, them now want to see you. By the time them need them dinner and them homework and go bed, by the time them reach teenage years, them into things them now want you know so them into. Everybody knows that you've been a teen, and then there's more separation and more separation. And so, if you're not fostering some kind of tightness in a relationship between you and them as they grow in them early age, there, y'all gonna be worlds apart. Worlds apart. All right. So that's when your son come in and be like, I don't really care what you saying. I got a boyfriend and me and my man going out tonight. And then y'all gonna be like, yo, which part this come from? Not saying that you could stop it if that's what it's gonna be. I'm just saying, you know, be there for your kids, man. Or your daughter might come in and say, yo, what's good, dad? Meet my girl. You're like, Shanice, when your voice gets so your voice rolling deeper than mine, man, you have more bass than me. Not my little princess. Yeah, you'll just wake up and just see a whole different person, my friend. Anyhow, moving right along. Do your job. Do it. Some of the man will run or gone left on the picnic and out the comfortable in our world. I don't know how the hell y'all do it. There's just so many things that could be happening to your child when you're not there. Me paro, you know? I'm super paro. I come from a tight knit family, and I'm super paro. But like, if anything could happen to me, youth them, I'm in a dead. I don't know. Cass Robinson says a man child has to be raised as a man. This is why it's good to homeschool. Everybody don't have the option of homeschooling though, my friend. Well, we have the option, but everybody doesn't have, that reality. Like, people life set differently, So, morning, Elaine Brown. Welcome, family. Karen Notice says you're so funny. No, sir. I'm happy my kids are grown now and my son have to deal with the foolishness. You're not taught granny now, so you're good. Yeah, bring them to my house so I can spoil them and then send them back to you. I have to deal with them permanently. All right. A situation happened. So the Omar Collymore story is the last thing we're going to talk about. A situation happened yesterday. First of all, let's go to that with a good story for the day. Jamaica's tourism is booming. I love to hear this. It could be doing more, in my opinion, but it's doing great. Jamaica has welcomed an impressive 1.7 million visitors so far from January to today's date. Well, in the first 5 months to the first of this month, 1.7 million visitors, and we're only at January, February, March, April, May 1st. Today is May 9th, but this is from January 1st to May 1st, right? A release from the Ministry of Tourism revealed that based on preliminary data, the island recorded 1,016,185 stopovers. 1,016,185. Yeah. With over 700,000 cruise passengers as early as May 5th to May 7th, respectively, earning more than 1.8 billion US dollars in revenue. That. I just hope the money are trickle down in the way it's supposed to trickle down. Babe, you have an appointment, right? And not today? Okay. All right, so this represents a 4.6% increase for stopover arrivals, 23% increase for cruise passengers, moving from 581,000 to 713,000 over the 2023 year. Just to put some good news out there, it's not all doom and gloom. Local cruise shipping industry recorded 1.26 million arrivals in 2023, which was 48.3% above the 2022 year. So we are doing good and we are doing better. And I like to see that. And you know, I'm going to go to Jamaica sometime soon myself. Man. I'm itching to go now. Now me feel like I'm out of Jamaica for too long. When last y'all got a video from me straight out of Jamaica? It's been a while, right? It's been a while, so it's time to go. I don't know if any one of you are going to be in Jamaica anytime soon, but you know I might stop by and say hi. If you see me, heal me up, and I'll heal you back up. Yesterday, a situation took place. The headline said 4 guys were gunned down by police, and I didn't know what the backup story was, but we know fully now. So the high command is telling the police officers in Jamaica, do not back down. Don't back down from these guys. The high command underscored support for the member of the forces in a wake of firefights in downtown Kingston on Wednesday morning, which left 4 alleged gangsters dead and police constable nursing gunshot wounds. The JCF is steadfast in our dedication to maintaining law and order and ensuring the security of the society. We will continue to act with courage and resolve in our efforts to protect the lives and livelihood of our people. I call this segment the Dash for Your Life segment because just like how we big up the youth them who are doing good and who are preserving life and who are heading somewhere in life and just know say hard work and dedication it's a matter of timing and everything will fall in place is the same way we are try lead some of the youth them who feel like them not have no better option out of certain decision making because it only ends one or two ways. Remember me telling you, I don't mix up in a gunman business and gangster business. That's why you never hear me come over here and talk about nobody's stuff. It's not that we don't know certain info, it's that we don't think it's our place to talk certain things. Reason being, I fully understand street life, gang life, gangsterism. They move by a whole different code. Just like how law enforcement and law abiding citizens go by the rules and laws that are on the books. It's the same way the street world go by their own code of justice, right? So, with that said, are their mode of operation. So, with that said, if you choose that and you meet one of the end results, I don't shed tears. I just feel like you're like a soldier that went off to combat, knowing that when him joined the army, that this unit you are going into is a rapid deployment unit and they go off to combat and they fight and they often lose guys. So you join and it happened to you, you signed up for it. Plain and simple, right? Right. Um, Kaz Robinson says, you know, it's not reaching islanders. Well, we never know. Yes, while tourism is booming, they are diverting water supplies from the islanders to the hotels. Oh, wow. That's a whole different discussion. Anyhow, High Command is giving the police officers, I want the young youth them listen to this. The High Command is giving the police officers more power and more strength. And they're telling them, don't back down from you. They're telling them, fight you with everything that they have. Half of them don't have no kind of training. When I talk about training, shoot, move, and communicate kind of training. When you don't have no law enforcement training, when you can't even bust a gun properly. Gun jam in a firefight, when you don't even know what you do, and you fling with the gun and get shot in on the back. I don't think this is the road you want to go. But if you feel brave and fraggish and want to leap, go right ahead. Right? Somebody says, we did see this come. The residents are not surprised. This isn't a case where the streets are going to be blocked and people are going to say, oh, God, them kill our 4 good youth. The residents are not surprised about a 17-year-old that was among the 4 that was killed early morning shootout with police. Remember me that telling us, say, I look for some big man for a sling gun, but it's some little youth. When I did the video where they talked about the embalming fluid and how them get to the youth and the youth come in like them turning I don't know, them just turning like a zombie, but them move fast, and complete the mission and these things, and them can run fast and get to it quick and all this. I was like, wow. So there will be no roadblocks. And no, we want justice outrage for the death of 4 males, including 17-year-old whose lives fatally ended during an alleged gun battle with the police in Kingston yesterday morning. The unusual demonstrations associated with police killings are the usual demonstrations associated with police killing of men from the inner city, according to the residents from the adjoining communities where the incident took place. Those will not be linked to this, to the mortally wounded in yesterday's firefight with the state security personnel. Dead is 17-year-old Danielle Liza Rose of Mark Lane, Romaine Bones Lewis of King Street, 19-year-old Stephen Rochester, he's a carpenter of Love Lane, and then a grown man, 44-year-old Garnell Jackson of a New Haven, Kingston 20 address. The police constable assigned to the Kingston West Police Division was shot and injured at the end of the gunfight, which transpired at about 1:30 a.m. 5 illegal guns, including 2 M16 high-power rifles, were also seized from the individuals. Information reaching the Gleaner, because them print the article today, is that though the incident occurred in Kingston Central, a police team from neighboring Kingston West Division came to their colleagues' assistance. The police said that the men were traveling in a white Toyota Isis 7-seater van. We did see this coming, one resident said. The 17-year-old when named Liza, him bad long time. And them no here. Them want follow company and badness. See it now? Dead him go dead. You want hear one of them beg the police to spare him life, These are the people giving their account, You want hear one of them beg the police to spare them life, So the police ask them, say, so you don't want to kill people. You don't want to kill people, but you don't want dead. Another resident told the Gleaner, I know 1 or 2 or 3 dozen shot fire, and knockings and clappings, like you hear upon the media say. Them ya little boy, them not easy around ya. Them not here or what? Before them go turn police or soldier. All him know. Me want know where him a go. The resident related about one of the deceased. Me frightened this morning when me hear for him name. Where him a do this so? Me know lies at them, cause them, for them name ever call up all over the place. Them they all bout. But when me hear the next one, the name now, me couldn't believe it. Another resident said that him, Liza, when him come from Spoilers originally, and they are Fletcher's land. And him a lead the pack. The 17-year-old a lead the pack. Him torment, you know. Him look young. And me always I say, why them give this little boy a bike figure ride up and down? To how him torment sometime. Him ride go up on the road there so, and ride come back down on the road there so. All when the light gone. My granny tell me say, when plant no one dead, it shoot. Him did a move too jumpy. From he left school when him about 15. According to residents, the climate and the climax of the shooting at King and Charles Street occurred in full view of everybody who took cover, and they were watching from a distance. So this played out in front of the people. The amount of shot we fire around here, I see. Shot not stop, you know. Cause them a go round and round and round till them crash. That's all. Pointing to the disabled vehicle. The vehicle itself crashed into a pole. They were firing from a moving car. The gunfire sounded like incursion when them did a go for dodos. This may lead to other frictions because the guns don't belong to them, little boy. Those are big guns and a system weapons them there. Somebody may have to give an account for them and name them a try make to drive fear in a people, you know. The men who were killed had reportedly gone to carry out an attack in another section of the community when explosions were heard, which alerted the police team to a patrol. It was supposed to be a reprisal killing. The residents told the Gleaner that the men were part of a gang, one of several in that little space alone. Let me tell you, I know not know where the man them a smoke, influence back at it. Them a run back at too much done and too much hearsay. And yes, man, would you believe, say, recently, me link the little youth, you know, and every time me I talk to him, him just a laugh a go so. The Gleaner understands that the men had traveled to avenge a killing that took place on Friday. Further, they were informed that they had been instructed not to carry out any attack. The man them tell them said, don't touch no road and don't make the thing get locked. Don't make the thing them lock. Them lift up gun and some of them are go defend man. Take boosting and see it there now. It's like them go give away them life. Me not put up no RIP. Superintendent Beresford Williams, commander for the Kingston Central Division, said that the dead men were part of a criminal gang known as Taliban and confirmed that they had gone to carry out a reprisal for a murder that had happened on Friday, May 3rd. There is a breakaway of the gangs and there's a dispute that was ongoing for some 3 years now, which has caused several murders so far in the area. From indications, the latest attack was to reprise a murder. One of the gunmen who was reportedly removed from a house top by the police after hiding for more than an hour while the security forces combed several premises in search of gunmen. The crime scene, which stretched several roadways, inconvenienced several motorists, and crippled several businesses along King Street because of almost an entire day of processing. The Indicom people are probing the 4 killings. All right. This is the segment what I call Dash for Your Life. You feel you can go take up rifle and challenge law enforcement personnel, men who train to do this and have tactics and skills that you don't have, go right ahead. Here what me I tell you. The little youth where you know where I work at Burger King and KFC and at the call center and Pizza Hut and I do some farming, you got dead left him. Him still I got dead. unless somebody do. But majority of them will still be there and making good progress too, slow and over time. But anytime you pick up the gun there, you see, just know, say, an elder told us that a long time ago, you know. Anytime you pick up the gun there and pick up badness with it, you just sign away your life. It's a matter of when, right? That's to show you people have inside information, BM. Them know what going on, and we know that they know what's going on, but we keep running around in a circle with these conversations. Listen, when you have people like these in your community, a 17-year-old were bad from them same a 15 when him left school. And who give him bike, I don't know. But when him head take him just ride up and down the road and everything. Them man that will walk up and just pepper you. You stay there. And your other neighbors in the community will say, him, go tell them pa you are not me. Them not do no investigation. From your name call in a them business, them come hungry you. Police afraid of them, or the police not afraid of them, but police ain't going to those areas like that. You have to live around them people here all the time. The people know, but the people don't know who to talk to. Yeah, that part. They don't know who to tell what go on. So these guys remain in the community, driving fear into the people who live in these communities until things like this happen and they try to match firepower with law enforcement officials and end up get dirt. So me I tell a little youth them say, no matter how bad you feeling of yourself, when you roll up your grabber mix with your herbs and your bonnet and your head feel crop up, and when you drink whatever you drink and you feel like you have strength, I want you to think again. Because it's early funeral you're going to hear. Now, if you choose that, then that's you. But I don't think that's what you want to be the first choice for yourself. Now, on to the Collymore story. This story we're following all the way to the end. I expect the verdict to be sometime soon. Omar Collymore's attorney, hold on, BM says they can't go up, only down. Once you pick up the gun and you pick up badness with the gun, you're go dead. If you're not good, and you're go dead bad. That part. And I'm tired of seeing the videos and I'm tired of hearing how you beg. And everybody is tough in front of them friend. Everybody tough in front of them brethren. You don't know, sir. And the same people will walk around and talk about, yo, informer for dead. Boy, chat too much. Don't y'all see every crime story that I report? What are they doing? Telling upon everybody else. In the Beachy Stout case, telling. In the Omar Collymore case, telling. So everybody tough. Until that's why me did choose. Me say, you know what? Me did feel like me tough enough. So me say, me go for the people them where actually when them come, everybody else run. Cause that make more sense to me. So soldier, police, not telling no lie, I couldn't see the police something. So I went soldier. Yeah. Cause you might as well go choose a winning team, bro. If you're feeling gonna your thing and go choose a winning team. But the little street something and gang something and that, look at the guys next to you. And I'm telling you right now. So if all of you get caught up right now, you're looking at one of them here in front of you, beside you, that's going to be helping the law to give you your time behind bars. The more turn up there and say everything what you did do. Yeah, because they tell. The same one was an informer for dead. Tell when them get catch. The same one was say, yo, make we murder the boy there. Beg when of them time for dead. And the gun is pointed to them. Oh God, officer. No kill me, no kill me. I beg you. But you just kill somebody though. You must be ready for dead. I don't understand it. Anyway, on to the Omar Collymore story, which is our last story for the morning. Omar Collymore's attorney yesterday sought to convince the jury. Remember, I know, closing arguments are going on. The prosecution has already laid out their closing arguments. The prosecution made point yesterday that he was caught at the airport trying to flee the island on the day of his wife's funeral. They asked him, where's he going? He said he was going home. They said, where is home? Because we thought Jamaica was home. You're married, you live in Jamaica with your wife, you have your children here and everything. Him said, no, home is the US. And he was going home. And then apparently them let him go after that. Them let him go after that. And he was supposed to report for some questioning something and him run again. And they found him hiding in a guest house, run a one place and one part. They said, where you do around here? So him say, I was waiting for my attorney to come pick me up. All right. So the prosecution basically pulled up all the stuff that says to them he did it, and the motive was life insurance policy worth $100 million. Omar Collimore's attorney yesterday sought to convince the jury that the United States businessman had absolutely no reason to kill his wife, and he was merely just a Gyallis, not a murderer, just a Gyallis. Attorney at law Diane Jobson, who is representing the 41-year-old defendant, along with Sasha K. Shaw, said yesterday during their closing address that Collymore had everything to lose from his wife's death. She said that although the Crown had painted her client as a manipulator, as a cheater, as a murderer, that there is no evidence that he was responsible for the death of his wife, Simone Campbell Collymore. No evidence. The hitman confession, the other people them way. Anyway, now while questioning whether her client was being condemned because he cheated, she noted that he did not try to hide the fact that he was unfaithful in the relationship. Yes, he did. Anyhow, if you are a Gyallis, doesn't it mean that you are? It doesn't mean that you are a murderer. This is what she told the seven-member jury. If you are a Gyallis, it doesn't mean that you are a murderer. If that was the case, 3/4 of Jamaican men would be murderers. She also rubbished the prosecution's claim that Collymore orchestrated his wife's murder so that he could benefit from her multi-million-dollar insurance policy. She said that is absolutely rubbish. The court previously heard that Collymore would have been entitled to $76 million from his wife's insurance policy, 2 life insurance policies, which together totaled $101 million. But Jobson said the Crown's claim made no sense because her client net worth was valued at $150 million and he was earning an average of $6 million every year. So why would he want to kill his wife for $101 million? Well, a person who is worth $150 million, is he going to murder his wife for $100 million? How long is that going to last? She asked. According to Jobson's client, I feel like that lawyer did smoke some bazi weed before she go in a court, but I guess that's the best. This case is so shattered that I think that's the best that she could come up with. You know, I applaud her for trying, but it was a desperate try, and you can tell. A person who is worth $150 million, is he going to murder his wife for another $100 million? How long is that going to last? She asked. According to Jobson, her client was doing well for himself and had multiple businesses, and he has a house in Florida as well. He could afford to pay rent for his ex-girlfriend and invest $3 million in her ice cream business. What was he going to benefit from killing his wife? What was his benefit? Jobson asked, further while pointing out that he had been in jail since his wife's death and has not been able to see his 2 children. Well, the 2 children were at the funeral of their mom without you, sir. You were on a plane trying to leave. claiming, I didn't know that she was getting buried today. Collymore is being tried for 2 counts of murder and murder conspiracy, along with alleged contract killer Michael Adams and alleged accomplices Dwayne Pink and Shakila Edwards in connection with the January 2nd, 2018 gun down murder of Campbell Collymore, Simone, and the taxi driver Winston Walters. The two were shot multiple times outside of the couple's apartment complex in Red Hill, St. Andrew by 2 men on 2 motorcycles. The Crown is contending that Collymore contracted Adams to facilitate the murder and was assisted by Edwards and Pink, as well as the 2 shooters, one of whom is now deceased. The one shooter who is left, Wade Blackwood, he already pled guilty in 2021 and he was sentenced to 2 life sentences with a pre-parole term of 35 years. That means he will not be able to even go to the parole board until after he has done a minimum of 35 years. That term, however, was lowered to 20 years after they struck a deal with him to testify for the Crown, giving them all the information they needed to stitch this case together properly. Blackwood's story was that he was forced by the other shooters. Jim, the reputed leader of the unruly gang of which the men were members, they all forced him to kill the businesswoman in exchange for a gun that the police took away from his older brother. The gun reportedly belonged to the gang leader. So they said, this is how you're going to pay the debt. Because somebody have to pay the debt for your brother. And since your brother lock up, it's going to be you. And we are get a piece of money to carry out a contract hit here, but you not going to get no piece of the money. You just go do this and this pay the debt for your brother. Him saying don't want to do it. Them saying the event that you don't want to do it, we murder your mother and anybody else in your family that we can catch. He felt compelled to do it. However, Jobson urged the jury to reject Blackwood's evidence. The attorney said. She said that Blackwood had not mentioned anything in his statement to the police about aborting any attempts on Campbell Collymore's life. I don't believe him. None of you should believe him, she said. If you get a reduction of 15 years, you will tell lie on even your own mother. She has a point. But he did, in his testimony, speak about trying to abort the killing. Him say him even drive. I remember him say him even ride go up there the day, and because of how him did nervous, them did have to turn around because him couldn't do it. But when him turn around, the big man tell him, say the next time when you go, you better make sure say it get done. Addressing Blackwood's claim that Collymore had tried to persuade him to change his plea and to lie about the murder by offering him a truck, she said that her client did not need to make any offers to Blackwood, as he was captured early on a video doing the shooting and he was already doomed. Yeah, but him never bring your client name in it. They saw him on the video, but they wanted to know the motive, the backstory. Why are you seen on video shooting Simone Collymore and the cab driver, Winston? Oh, so is the husband pay you for do it? Yeah, in pay Jim. Now we know the backstory. So when she was addressing in her closing argument, she told the jury his story, ignore that. Because them shoot him a sweet deal. And a deal like that, you would have lied upon even your mother. Who wants to do 35 years when they could do 15? Addressing Blackwood's claim that Collymore has tried to persuade him to change his plea, the attorney says, they already had you on camera, so he was doomed already anyways. My client didn't even have to tell him nothing. Jobson also argued, Jobson is the attorney, by the way, also argued that no evidence was presented before the courts to show that the men conspired, planned together to get this done. She also, that attorney here is slow because the phone records, She also told the jury that there was no evidence of communication between Jim and her client, the phone records and her client, pointing to the phone data evidence which showed that all the men, except for Pink, were communicating extensively in the period leading up to the shooting. She said that that data from the two main service providers, that cannot be relied on either, as the two phone companies don't make one. You see what I say? I want attorney this attorney she rolled up a fat. She started the morning out like this before she went to court. No disrespect to you, miss, in case you see this. She started the morning out like this. I don't know if she sprinkled nothing in there. She burned it down to which part it did burn her finger. She did the whole light. And then she went in there and she just winged it. Because ain't no way you planned this. Everything she is saying has already been proven the opposite of. That's why I'm refuting it by telling you what was said as me I got through what she said in his defense. If you have a lawyer like this, the minute this lawyer start to talk, just start plan how you go like, how me I go deal when me go in at the cell. Because they will move me over to the prison part now. So I go in there, find out who run the block, thump him in a theme face first. Like, yeah, just start planning your stay. Just start planning your stay. The lady pointed to the phone evidence that showed all of the men communicating extensively in the period leading up to the shooting. And she said, that phone data from the two main service providers, that cannot be relied on, as those two phone companies don't make one. Oh my God. Now, countering the prosecution's argument that Collimore's calls of over 100 to his wife were to keep check on her whereabouts and to relay it to the killers, Jobson said, the calls simply showed how much my client loved his wife. That's it. I call her 100 times a day because I love her so much. There is no sign of conspiracy. Everything about Collymore is in question. It's all a suggestion. While the Crown has argued that the numerous calls between Collymore and Adams were not about business, they were about the contract, because they have the word printout of the conversation. Jobson said that the Crown had not presented any evidence to prove that both men were not doing business. Jobson argued that the jury needs to be carefully take a look at the evidence and not be distracted by the drama, the Crown's enthusiasm, or led astray by the throng of circumstantial evidence. Earlier, the prosecutor, Andrea Martin Swaby, before completing her closing argument, argued that the evidence presented shows a common design among the defendants and a conspiracy to kill, which was planned several days over. She also argued that Blackwood's evidence was supported by other evidence that was presented that he is a witness of the truth. According to Martin Swaby, the evidence is clear and it points in one direction only, which is that Omar Collymore masterminded the murder and that Adams was the contractor who was assisted by the shooters and the two other defendants in carrying out these murders. The defense closing argument will continue today, so we will hear by tomorrow where more she have to say. Hopefully, she not smoke the same thing what she smoked this morning here before she go say all that she said, and she could have it a little bit more together. But let justice be served. See, that is karma for you. Yeah, you end up get a frig up lawyer we don't really know her way around the courtroom, so she just wing it on your freedom. With that said, manners and respect to each and everybody tuning in this morning. The brother that called in this morning, keep him in your prayers, man. You could tell that the brother is obviously going through it big time, and remember, say, empathy is what it's called. Yeah, put your feet in somebody else's shoes and feel how it feels to experience what they are experiencing. With that, one love, manners and respect, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, festive Friday. God spare my life, right here on Morning Thoughts. I'm out. Peace.